5 things you should know about Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Hey guys, today we're going to list 5 things you should know about Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Let's get right into it. Number 1. The trailer. On October 24th, 2022, Marvel released the long-awaited trailer. The trailer, set to Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, begins with Paul Rudd's Scott Lang basking in his newfound fame and recognition following the events of Avengers Endgame. Scott and Hope's family are next seen in the lab experimenting with a device that appears to be capable of sending a signal to the quantum realm. Janet Van Dyne, on the other hand, has reservations and requests that it be turned off, only for the contraption to open up and suck them all into the hidden universe. While the quantum realm was mentioned but only briefly explored in the first 2 films, the trailer suggests that the 3rd film will almost certainly spend the majority of its time in this strange land. The family will work together to try and find a way back home between a hidden developed city and a society of people who appear to have survived in the quantum realm, including the first look at Bill Murray's character. The big mic drop moment in the trailer is revealing the first proper look at Jonathan Majors' Kang the Conqueror, who passes paths with Scott and will most likely cause him trouble. Number 2. What is the plot of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania? The trailer for the film does its best to keep most of the plot a secret, given the serious consequences that will almost certainly result from its plot. Several teasers were released earlier this year at the San Diego Comic-Con, including Rudd mentioning Scott's new lease on life as he rides the coattails of fame after assisting the Avengers. He even wrote a book called Look Out for the Little Guy, which details his role in the events of Endgame, much like the alleged podcast he has, which was mentioned in the Disney Plus series Ms. Marvel. The book will in fact become a reality and will be released on September 5th, 2023. The SDCC exclusive teaser footage from the film revealed that Scott's new mindset and priority serves as a potential point of contention between him and his family, particularly with his daughter Cassie. According to cast interviews, the Scott-Cassie dynamic will be a major plot point now that Cassie is older and Scott has been MIA for 5 years of her life. When the entire Lang Van Dyne family is sucked into the quantum realm, Scott must give his all to keep his family safe and return home, especially with the sinister Kang present, whose presence will last beyond the end of the film. Number 3. Who's in the Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania cast? The film features the same all-star cast from Ant-Man and the Wasp, including Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne, as Wasp, Michael Douglas as Dr. Hank Pym, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne. Catherine Newton joins the cast as the mature Cassie Lang, replacing the previously cast Emma Fuhrmann, who played the role in Avengers Endgame. Randall Park has been confirmed to reprise his role as Agent Jimmy Woo, who also appeared in the previous film and made a notable return in WandaVision. Unfortunately, Scott's beloved misfit friends, Louis, Dave, and Kurt, are not expected to return, most likely due to the film's focus on the quantum realm. Having said that, Dast Malkian will still appear in the film, albeit as a different character, as Veb. Bill Murray made headlines as a major addition to the cast in the role of Kryler, a former acquaintance of Janet Van Dyne. Jonathan Majors will play the prolific villain Kang the Conqueror after previously playing a variant of himself, He Who Remains, in last year's Disney Plus series, Loki. Majors' arrival as Kang, the next Thanos-level villain for these upcoming MCU phases, dubbed the Multiverse Saga, has generated a lot of buzz. Number 4. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania launches Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. According to Feig, Marvel Studios' films over the last 15 years have been divided into phases of storytelling. The first phase began with Iron Man and ended with the Avengers, with subsequent films categorized based on their release dates and MCU narrative arcs. Phase 4 concluded with last year's Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Quantumania, ushers in a new phase with a more focused storyline that will lead to future Avengers films. At Marvel Studios, 3 phases equal a saga, and this film falls squarely in the middle of the Multiverse Saga. Feig added, "We wanted to kick off Phase 5 with a 3rd film of characters that were already beloved, which this team certainly is, and utilize them. Who better to face off against one of, if not the biggest villain the MCU's ever faced, than his family, who you might think could not handle it. But all of these characters and these amazing actors we felt would be a great audience surrogate to meet somebody as complex and scary and multiversal as Kang." Number 5. We also get to meet MODOK from the MCU. Another well-known Marvel villain will appear in the upcoming film. MODOK, best known for his odd appearance as a floating giant head, will be portrayed in a new way on the big screen. In the comics, The technician George Tartleton was transformed into MODOK, an acronym for Mental Organism Designed Only for Computing, a living computer. However, with his unlimited power, he decided to go rogue and renamed himself MODOK, changing computing into killing. We're still waiting to see if this story will be adapted for MODOK's MCU debut. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.